Hey guys, really quick, I just want to let you know we had a great episode today. We break down the major one of the CDL season. We go through every series, give our thoughts, give some funny moments from the games, and just fully break down the weekend and what we think. That being said, I just upgraded my PC. We had some issues, some things reset, and we just have audio. We don't have video. So I will just play, just a background, and this will just be an audio episode, and I'll throw up the scores and some stats on the screen whenever we talk about certain series. But that's how we're going to have to run this episode. So I will say I think it's our best episode, and I hope y'all really enjoy it. But yeah, that's the downside. So sorry about that, but I hope y'all enjoy, and yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so this episode we're going to be talking strictly CDL. Not much else going on in the gaming world, but in our gaming world, pretty much all that was happening was the Call of Duty event this week in Boston. But over the weekend we were just hanging out, watching all the matches together for the most part, texting each other about the matches whenever we weren't watching together. Overall, how do you think the weekend as a whole went, Dak?
I thought it was good. Obviously, it sucked having all the resets happen throughout the weekend. But I mean,
Yeah, the first day
production-wise,
was bad.
yeah, first day was really bad. Production-wise, though, I thought it was good. All the shots of the players and just the usual production went smooth. I feel like all the casters were really good. I really like Hold Shift.
Yep,
I
shout
was
out the
listening
boy.
to his matches, dude. He's fun to watch when he's casting, and I feel like he makes study better too. So that was fun. Overall, crazy weekend. We knew crazy shit was gonna happen. It did happen, and here we are, man.
Yeah, crazy shit definitely did happen. But like to touch on the broadcast a little bit, yeah, the first day was kind of choppy. They had a lot of resets, a lot of things going wrong where there was a lot of delays, and they actually cleaned it up for the next 3 days really well. I think there was maybe one reset on Friday maybe, and then for the
Yeah,
rest of the weekend, I don't know how many there were.
there was a
Very
few
little.
more, but they had quicker turnaround time, and they happened a lot less frequently. So
Gotcha. Yeah, and I also like they added a lot more content between series. Like they would throw in clips from people's Twitch channels. They
hmm
would throw in like interviews from other content creators or organizations that do like post game
yeah.
interviews and stuff like that. So they were like showing more of the personal side of the players other than their CDL
hmm
content that they have them do and
hmm
just like headshots and stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the series, get us started here. First match on Thursday, so we got to. Usually, we're waiting around for a Friday to come till we watch COD for the
Yeah.
weekend. So only had to wait till Thursday to get us started. Real easy here, 3-0 for FaZe over the Los Angeles Gorillas. Um, it was just, I mean, it just wasn't
Yeah.
a match. It wasn't a match. Like everyone was positive. Celium dropped a 1.78 on the series.
Jesus,
Meanwhile,
dude.
Fame was doing all he could this series. It was a tough showing out of Diamond Con,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because he's been frying, all major in the
hmm
qualifiers. But yeah, really, it's just Celium putting on a show, and they just got talent diffed.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got to give it to Fame. He did play better this series because his KD in the top four, like against top four teams, has been horrible. Like he has not been showing up for those matches. So he did as good as his teammates. I mean, he was in with them this time. Um, Overall, he did kind of choke the S&D where Celium ninja diffused on him and he couldn't see him
Oh
through the sign
yeah,
thing. Okay,
I
listen,
it's tough.
I know it's tough and you can't see him through the sign or whatever, but dude, you got to know he was shitting himself and
Yeah,
playing a
he was
little
definitely
timid.
shitting
Like
himself.
he should have had a little bit of aggression on that,
Yeah,
especially
even
for
if they
the
do
map,
force a
bro.
round
And you're
11,
playing
like I
phase,
don't think
like
they
why
win it.
wouldn't you take a risk? Like you're
Yeah,
you're going to
especially
lose if
on
you play
Celium.
safe. Yeah, bro.
It's Celium too. You
Yeah.
know, if you're playing a BZ or you're playing against, you know, Simp, like they're probably gonna chow you or they're probably gonna get more information before hopping the
Mhm.
bomb. But you're playing against Celium, bro. There are literally infinite possibilities in a
Yeah.
1v1. All he had to do was strafe like half a
Yeah.
body width
I know,
to
dude.
the
I was
left
like, "Come
more
on,
to
bro, keep
see.
going, keep going." Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but it was literally just an MC masterclass. He was
yeah.
frying over 9,000 damage in 3 maps with a
Damn,
1.78.
damn.
I mean, they just got outclassed.
Yeah.
I mean, anything you want to add to that?
No, no. I mean, it pretty much went as expected. So,
Yeah.
this
Speaking of
was the start of our delays, though. I think there was a delay
Yeah.
in the S&D, and then that's when...
There was a delay in every match on
Yeah.
on Thursday, I'm pretty sure.
So that's when it started.
Yeah, that one went as expected, but this next match did not go as expected at all. The Subliners get 3-0'd by the Minnesota Rocker, who were on a 3-win streak. They started out the qualifiers 0-4, win 3 straight, start looking better. They come to LAN and they 3-0 smoke the defending champs here. It was a close series in terms of the maps. Other than the search, they barely scraped by in the invasion hard point, and then they shit on them 6-2 in the S&D, and then narrowly won. There was a reset in the map 3 on the control on Karachi that was catastrophic, I personally thought, for Rocker. So there's a reset in map 1
for NYSL.
That's what I meant. Sorry, yeah, catastrophic for NYSL. Like map 1, the Rocker were up 100, had to reset, still won the map, iced up. Map 3, New York kind of had to force that same hand, but they kind of got screwed over in my opinion. They were winning offense and had multiple streaks.
Hydra
and had to forfeit it.
Yeah, they had 2 cruises. Hydra was 22-10, finessing their spawn, like literally keeping them trapped in their spawn.
Yeah.
When the reset happened, and then had New York won that map, they're going into a map 4 against Rocker, who was 0-5 in map 4s going into the tournament. And then they probably would have won that, and then you got NYSL versus Rocker in a map 5. Like, it could have been a whole different series, bro.
Whole different, easy reverse sweep.
It could have been a whole different weekend for NYSL.
Yeah.
So they definitely got hoed on the resets. I will say Rocker kind of did too, but they clutched up and won map 1 again.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter.
Yeah, and as we'll get to it later, New York had the opportunity to bounce back from this, but really it's just props up to the Rocker. Everyone actually stepped up to the plate. Accuracy with the highest KD. Yeah, this was a Lamar masterclass, 60 and 53. Shout out Vivid. He had a really good weekend. He showed a lot of good plays, and that he's a good player.
Bro. He's been playing well.
Awakening. But we'll get to that also.
Big sleep.
Yeah, this is the most shocking thing to happen to start the weekend here. But anything else to add, Dak?
No.
Easy.
Shout out Rocker.
This one's kind of a quick breeze through. Toronto Masterclass against Surge, third match of the day, 3-0 for the Toronto Ultra. Red carpet for the Seattle Surge. RCD's 0.56. They better drop. If they don't drop him during this break between the qualifiers, I am questioning that. I think they drop him, they move him to Abuza to an AR, where he was dropping 1 point whatevers in challengers. No doubt the best player in challengers on an AR. Put him on a sub for most of the time in a game where the AR is amazing and dominant on most maps. I think they just pick up a different flex style player like a Crimp or Asim, off of that Challengers Black FC team, which also quick shout out to them. They won the Challengers event in dominant fashion. So shout out to Asim, Brack, Crimp, and Exceed. Yeah, shout out to those boys.
Dude, Crimp was frying. He dropped like a 1.3 in the finals or something. Like he was going crazy.
I think he had a 1.4 for the event. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, he won the MVP. Honorary MVP, I think. So yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, there's not much for me to say on this other than that Toronto's just the best team in the game.
Yeah.
And CleanX is a beast. He went 23 and 4.
25 and 6 first map.
No, it's 23 and 4 because it was Zuma's 4 and 23 backwards. Like one of his subs or mods like tweeted it out.
That's funny.
So yeah. Oh wait, I can look right here. Oh no, you're right. 25 and 6.
25 and 6 first map. He was 23 and 4 like hella late in the game, and then
they might have just taken a screenshot. Yeah, 25 and 6, dropping a 4 KD. I'm pretty sure that's the highest on the season for a hard point map. Just masterclass, really.
No, 100%. But Seattle came out map 1 shooting, and they were playing them close all the way up until P3, and then a reset happened, and then they proceeded to get absolutely shit pumped for 3 straight maps after the reset.
They were snaking in the hard point.
Bro.
That first Hook got caught snaking by P2 on Skid Row. The crowd was like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Dude, they hate him, bro.
They were the villains this weekend, man.
They really were. But yeah, no, CleanX, absolute masterclass. Like, unbelievable series. Haven't seen a series like that since like Hydra in the last split last year when he was dropping like 1.5s every series.
Yeah,
So shout
I
out
haven't
Kleenex.
seen Kleenex on this type of shit in a while, and it's nice to see. Ever since he came up in Black Ops 4, he's been
Yeah.
nice, but I haven't seen him like that. He's looking like
Yeah.
that Black Ops 4 type shit
Yeah.
there. But last match of the Thursday, we had Optic trying to get some revenge against their recent online opponents, the Heretics. We saw the Heretics 3-0 them quick fashion on online, and then they're the first match here on LAN for each other, and Optic makes quick work of them. DoorDash 3-0 stinky poo. Tough series from Journey. Great series from Shotzzy on the other hand. Just overall, just talent diffed, I think.
Yeah.
Especially on LAN.
Yeah, tough series from Journey all weekend. He was struggling all weekend long.
Tough Journey. Yeah.
And we'll get to it in the next series, so I'll just wait on that. But he definitely struggled. I feel like you could tell off rip Optic came out playing a lot better together as a team. Pred was roaming, doing whatever he wanted all weekend. He was frying, dude. He was frying. And then in the listening, Pred and Kenny have the best small talk I heard all weekend.
Absolutely.
Bro. They're so good. Pred was telling Shotzzy everything that was happening outside that Barber Hill, because that was kind of the turning point, map 1. And he was like, just keep finessing, telling him where they were coming from. Shotzzy was just in there doing whatever, bro. Just doing whatever he said.
That's what they bring. That's what they're missing the past couple years, and that's what they bring. I'm going to, whenever we get to Sunday, I'll talk about it a little bit more, but they got some pacing issues that I want to see fixed. But nonetheless, Masterclass 3-0 out of Optic, it was really nice to see them start off the tournament hot.
Yeah.
Going into Friday here, we had the Carolina Royal Ravens. So the losers bracket started today. The bottom four seeded teams did not play the first day, so we get to see some of these teams here today. First match was the Subliners going up against the Carolina Royal Ravens, who were at the time tied for last place. And we see them 3-1, the defending champs, and we see the New York Subliners placing top 12, getting double first rounded. Crazy.
Yeah.
I loved it though. I loved every second of it. And it really wasn't that close.
No.
Like they barely won the first map.
Mm-hmm.
But they were up a lot and almost through, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They won the S&D convincingly. They lost the control and then doubled their score in the map 4 hardpoint to win it 3-1. I mean, Skies and Hydra doing their best to help the team out, but Kismet really had a bad series here. And I'm looking at Tyler Fellow Johnson on the other team just coming out, as well as Tej having a series.
Yeah, Clay was dropping insane damage all weekend long. Tej was frying all weekend. Fellow had a really good series. Gwyn is solid. He had a few lackluster maps, but overall, man, the Ravens came out looking a lot better. I feel bad for NYSL, bro, because they had the tilting reset series against Rocker, which I don't hold that against them. They were looking like they were going to win that control until the reset happened. And knowing Sib, I feel like he's a tilter in this. I don't know. I feel like he would get mad in a situation like that. So
I get a little bit of entitlement from him. Yeah. I get the little bit of entitlement vibes, but he's like one of the best in the game, so I get it.
But it sucks for them because they ran into the buzzsaw that is underdog
Gracer.
Clay, bro. When everyone's counted him out.
Hydra.
Yep. Against
his son Hydra.
That was destined for them to lose that series.
Yeah. Going into the next match here, we had the Battle of LA, LAG versus LAT. LAT struggles continue. I mean, they looked great in the control.
Brother, hashtag free Dan Ghosty. Get that man some help.
1.42 for the loss. Closest teammate was Joe Deceives. He was even. Cammy and Afro need to be dropped at the very least.
Yeah, get 'em out.
I just need to see a lot of changes. Like some of these teams, if they don't make changes, I'm questioning if they want to win.
And this is one of those teams where they shouldn't just change one player. I think Cammy and Afro both got to go. They both got to go. Yeah.
Do you think LAG makes a change?
No, definitely not. I think you keep that team together 100%.
I don't think so either. I think they can see some improvement. Yeah. They just got to get over that.
No, dude, they were right there. They had a chance to win the Rocker series that knocked them out. I mean, they could have been in Sunday.
They could have been top 4.
Yeah. So shout out LAG. They should stay.
Yeah, LAT. Nothing much to touch on. They gotta go. They stink.
Dog, sometimes
and they're just so ugly to watch, bro.
They're just boring.
They're horrible.
Yeah, and sometimes it'll switch to Cammy's POV. He's straight up just getting gunned, brother. Like, just gunned.
Shit
like,
on.
Yeah, just shit on bad. So something's got to change, bro. I feel like they just don't even want to play with each other. Like, their team is the most depressing in the league right now, by far, I feel like.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Even, like, if you look at it as a team perspective, all their personalities together just don't make sense. And just their play styles on the map do not make sense. Yeah. So I definitely need to see some changes out of them. But before we go on to the next match, anything else to add?
Yeah, Fame all-time 3-piece in this series. In the S&D, bro. The Valorant, just one tap to spray transfer was incredible. He runs through dark, looks to his left, shoots someone in the back for free. Should have been traded instantly, but instead, all in one motion, swivels 180 to the right, one taps someone that was one shot, and then immediately snaps onto the third dude for the triple kill. It was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen.
Absolutely one of the craziest shit ever. Like, up there with Lamar's 3-piece lineup in Cold War on Optic. Like, and apparently Cammy shot him and then looked away because he thought he killed him or something, which can't really tell off of the kill cam.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he got shot like that. I mean, yeah, I guess he did.
I mean, like, in the kill cam, it ends with them, like, looking at each other in a gunfight. So I can't remember if he looked back after he looked away or what, but he gunned the fuck out of Cammy. So, overall, it was a collapse in the S&D.
I feel like Fame in that situation, because he's had the Predator missile mishap, and he had the Celium diffuse mishap, both late in the game. I don't know. Was the Celium round 11 one? I don't think it was round 11.
It was 6-4. Okay. It was round 10.
Yeah, so it was late. I feel like this time he said, fuck it, I'm dying first. I'm not going to be last alive. I'm just going to do something aggressive. And it paid off.
Yeah, he said, I don't want to add any more to my catalog that I have. Like, I'm making a ballsy play.
Yeah.
And it fucking worked out, man. That shit was fucking crazy.
It was insane, dude.
So kudos to Fame on that one. We'll remember that for a while. But looking at the next match here, Miami Heretics versus the Las Vegas Legion. Miami Heretics get shit stomped 3-0 and don't win a map on LAN.
3v3 this match. 3v3.
3v3. Purge and Journey. So let me just read this out real quick. Vegas's teams KDs 1.4, 1.2, 1.14. Okay, that's 3 of them.
Yep.
Miami Heretics 1.47, 1.04, 1.02. Journey with a 0.57. Purge on the fourth person for the Legion. Purge dropped a 0.46 for the 3-0 W. There was a stat,
right? He tied Formal's really bad series against FaZe from Cold War.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Yeah, do you want the stat? I can give you the stat.
Yeah, I want to hear it. It was like the bottom 100 lowest KDs. He is a part of that bottom 100 KDs, and all of them have lost the series. Right? He's the first one to win a series 3-0.
Yeah, he's
of
the
bottom
only
100 KDs
person in the bottom 100 to have won their series, and it's because he had Journey anchoring, counterbalancing the shit.
It was literally a 3v3.
Was his 0.46. Yeah, it was.
This could have been a match in Hitch's birthday bot bash tournament, and Purge and Journey were the bots.
Yep. But I gotta say, Purge had a big 1v1 in Search that won them around. So he had a couple big kills. I think he had a few at the end of map 1 as well. So,
Well, Miami Heretics, do we think they're going to drop Journey for Eric Boom?
See, this is a tricky one, dude. I don't know. So
I don't know either.
Because, I don't know what their head space is about this tournament, in their camp. Are they just thinking, we just kind of came out flat, didn't play well as a team, let's just move on and, keep going? Or were they damn, Journey costed us, we could have done so much better?
Yeah,
let's put in Eric Boom.
I think it's a little bit of both. It's what if he was getting kills on the map, but at the same time, were we setting him up for success? Were we playing as a team? I think they're gonna review VOD. They probably reviewed VOD.
They definitely were
not
the first playing night. As a team as well this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, and he was just getting shit on.
Yeah,
so that's the thing. But anything else to add on that 3-0?
Shout out Attach. He showed up both their series this weekend.
1.4.
Played well this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
So shout out to him. Nero also had a good weekend.
Yeah. The next series we're getting into here on Saturday is the Seattle Surge versus the Boston Breach. The Surge end up winning at map 5. The Surge were untouchable in S&D this weekend. If you're walking away as a team that plays top 6 like the Surge did, I mean, you can't be mad at your S&D gameplay. But I still think you gotta make a change in our cities regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, he has good search and destroy gameplay, but like that's 2 of the maps.
Listen, bro, you want to talk
You're not
about
gonna be able to
changes? You want to talk about changes? Boston needs to change immediately. And
Yep.
I honestly think they should drop both Snoop and Cap and just pick up Crimp and Asim from
I fully agree.
FaZe Black.
I fully agree.
You
If they're
get
gonna
Crimp
drop,
and Asim already working well together,
Mhm.
and Asim's a vet. He'll work better with Slasher and Priesta. Like Snoop and Capsidal to me just seem like young dudes who just want to go out there
They're
and
not
just fuck shit up.
disciplined enough,
Yeah, they're
bro.
not disciplined at all.
I-
Especially
and-
Capsidal. Did you see him try to hit a jump 6 fucking times and miss it?
No.
And then just get
Uh-uh.
shot in the back and surge? Like, what the
No.
fuck? Like, bro, just give it
I
up.
didn't see it.
He
I
kept
didn't-
trying.
Wait, was it
kept trying.
the scaffolding jump up on Karachi?
I think so. Maybe it was Karachi, but they were cracking up about it on the flank.
It was S&D.
I remember. I think it was map 5, bro. I think it was high rise
High-rise?
S&D, and he kept trying to hit this damn jump and just got shot in the back because they were cracking up because Surge kept dancing and like trolling him and shit.
Yeah, they were trolling hard. I feel super bad for Slasher in this series, bro. He drops almost 100 kills and a 1.45
dude.
for the L.
18,000 damage. That might be like top 3 series from a player individually this weekend. Like he went
No,
crazy,
absolutely.
bro.
He went
crazy.
nuts. It was the
Yeah.
top KD across the whole weekend
Yeah,
for sure
bro.
in a single match. But Seattle Surge, S&D, is winning them these games.
Yeah.
They were able to edge out that Karachi hardpoint map 4 narrowly.
Mhm.
But their S&D really just carried them to a top 6 placing here, and we'll get to their next losers
Yeah.
bracket match here momentarily. Anything else to add on that?
Yeah, map 5 was fucking hilarious. At the time, we didn't know Illy was completely tweaked, and
Yeah.
and he kept dancing, and like Hook was trying to assassinate people. Like it was literally the most embarrassing but hilarious map 5 I've seen in a minute. Like they were
Yeah.
just exposing them, doing whatever they wanted, and like having fun doing it. And Boston
Yeah.
was just defeated, bro. They knew. So
Yeah, it was
That was fun.
he shows the next day after they play the Ravens. We'll get into his
Okay.
interview here shortly, but
Yeah.
last match of the Friday we had the Los Angeles Guerrillas going up against the Las Vegas Legion all the way to a map 5 where the Las Vegas took it home 6-1 to win in the game 5. Attach putting up his numbies, top KD in the lobby,
Yeah.
top damage in the lobby. He did his thing. But overall, it was a really close series. Close map 1, close map 2, close map 3, close map 4, and then that Terminal S&D, LAG. Sorry, I meant LAG earlier, not Legion. LAG secured the win with a dominant map 5.
Yeah. I gotta say, there's something to be said about Purge dropping a 1.01 and they lose. But he drops
Yeah,
a
it's weird.
0.46. You know, maybe
It's
he
really
heard
weird.
the murmurs and started Killhorn a little bit and playing less sound and just worrying about his own score. And
I
it might have
mean,
costed him. I'm just saying.
People do it.
I'm
He
just
was
saying.
worried about his job.
Yeah.
He was worried about that bread that he's been making.
Yeah, man.
So that minimum salary he's
Hey.
on, he's been liking a lot,
Hey, if you're dropping a 0.46 and winning,
Listen,
just keep doing what you're doing. Just
I
keep
can do
doing
that.
what you're doing. Yeah, bro.
I can do that.
100%.
Where's my money?
Yeah, bro.
Bring me my money. That's what I'm gonna say. But that was the last match on Saturday. Anything to add? Or Friday, sorry, before we get into Saturday.
Not really. It was a good win by LAG. They're the type of mid-pack team that needs to win against teams like Legion, who are kind of the bottom 4, bottom 5 teams. So good for them. They did what
Yeah.
they were supposed to.
First match on Saturday, narrowing down our teams to the top 4 top 4. First match is Seattle
6.
Surge. What?
Oh, narrowing it down like at the end of Saturday.
Right, at the end of Saturday, right.
Continue.
Seattle Surge versus the Carolina Royal Ravens. This is a really good match. The Ravens absolutely sold it though.
Yeah, they did.
They sold it hard. They had this series locked up in the bag, and they sold it on map 4. Could have won the series, pushed the
No,
series. Wait.
Map 4, they won
Yeah,
1 and 3.
the series. Sorry, I was looking at the S&D and it tripped. The colors are so
the colors
similar,
are
and I'm
hella
colorblind.
similar. Yeah.
I'm colorblind for all those listening. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up here.
You're good.
Yeah, should have won the series. Map 4, they were up, what, 246 to 170 something?
It was 241 to 170, straight up.
And lost 250 to
Yeah.
247.
Yeah,
they trolled
sold,
super
dude.
hard,
Yeah.
and then I think they lost full and went into the terminal map 5 knowing it's just a headbanging map and that anything can happen, especially when you're loading up into an S&D against the Seattle Surge, who are looking amazing on it. You're having to play Illy, who's, as we'll get to it in a second, clearly cracked out of his fucking mind.
Yeah,
drops
dude.
a 4.5 in the S&D, 9-2, and I feel so bad because I was their biggest fan during this match. The Ravens, I was their biggest fan. I was like, let's fucking go. I want to see him get top 6 or whatever. But they bow out top 8. If I'm the Royal Ravens, I think you found yourself a better squad. If Tej is willing to stay, and you're looking good. Like, you're going to be good on LAN, right? Yeah. And so like I think they're going to do a lot better this split. I say they get 3 wins this split at least.
Yeah, no, I could see that for sure. Tej definitely had a good series again, but overall, they definitely trolled map 4, and Clay definitely said after that series, like, they just didn't have enough practice for S&D, and it kind of showed. You know, they could beat whoever they beat the first series, but NYSL, I don't think they want to search that series though. Did they?
Right.
Wait, yeah, no, they threw.
No.
So yeah, no. I don't know. Their S&D definitely needs work, but they didn't have much time to practice with Fellow coming in and Tej, so. You know, after the map 4, I knew it was over.
Yeah, and that's a really good. That was one of my favorite matches to watch, especially just because I love seeing the Ravens do good. Love seeing Clay and Fellow do good. But the next match of the day was
Illy.
definitely the one to watch.
Illy
what?
The interview.
Oh my God! Yeah, sorry. Yeah. After this match was over, they interviewed Illy, and I would recommend just going and watching it because it was the weirdest and most speculative thing we've seen in a while, where he was on stage just like looking down at the ground, not looking at the crowd. He was moving around like this, talking like this. He was talking like this, you know, what was
and
he was just tweaking hard, and everyone was like, dude, this dude is on hundreds of milligrams of Adderall. We need to get him some help. And then he came out and tweeted after the tournament was over, oh my God, he's like, I just turned on Twitter, y'all are comedy, I was on caffeine, like, that's it. And it's like, dude.
Yeah.
Come on. You must have not drinking caffeine since the new year. If like, or longer than that, if that's your reaction to just caffeine.
Yeah.
Unless he was on like
the crowd
600.
Was yelling, and I don't know.
The crowd.
Enable was trying to back him and say, like, you know, Illy was in the house all year last year, like, just not talking to many people, like, probably just down, and then now he's, like, back in the public eye and, like, probably awkward in situations like that, on top of the crowd yelling at him, on top of however much caffeine he took. I mean, I can see how it happened. We don't know. I'm not going to accuse him, but dude was tweaking weirder than anyone I've ever seen on just caffeine and social awkwardness. So we're going to leave it at that.
We'll see how it continues.
It's up for y'all to interpret.
Exactly. Yeah, it's up for interpretation, but the next match of the day, definitely a banger. Definitely the must-watch one of the day, Optic Texas versus Atlantic FaZe. Went down to the wire, map 5, Atlantic FaZe took it home here. I've got a couple things that upset me about how Optic are playing this tournament. I was going to save it for their last match, but I'll just go ahead and say it now. Like, I think Dashy is not involved enough.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Obviously, it's 4 superstars on the same team, but we see it on FaZe and Toronto as well. They're not having this problem. Insight is a slow, methodical AR player, but he is like so impactful. He's not just sitting in the hill for 2 minutes. We saw Dashy playing in the hill a lot, not getting in a lot of confrontations. He has the best gunny in the game, and he's just holding L triggers, sitting in corners. Like, I need to see him get more active, which I know is hard to do when you have Shotzzy and Pred on your team. But at the same time, you gotta use the talent that's on your team. But I mean, in this match here, they had a great map 1, stole the hard point. Their S&D is absolutely what lost them this game.
They're not ready for FaZe and Ultra.
Yeah, they got a really. They looked a lot better against Rocker here in the next day in their S&D, but at the same time, that's Rocker, who weren't supposed to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
When you're going up against Toronto and and FaZe, you got to be able to bring your A game at S&D because they're going to win both if it takes it to that point. And they got Neslo. They didn't want to. They only won the control and the 2 S&Ds. So definitely showing some good teamwork out of Atlanta FaZe. But Optic's hardpoint looks great. That's a good takeaway that you can bring. Especially with it looking a little bit shaky and back and forth online.
Dude, that Kenny 3-piece on the Cafe Hill map 4 was the best play of the weekend.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
that
that
was
had
my
me
favorite play.
Hyped up, bro. That was insane.
Yeah, that was definitely probably one of the most hyped plays of the weekend. He got himself a 3-piece with it was like 239 to 245, and he gets a 3-piece in Hill as the last guy alive to win them the map. So that was awesome.
I will
Shout
say,
out Kenny.
Optic went from that 3-piece to close map 4, getting all the momentum, going into map 5, get first blood. There's a setting wrong. They had to reset. Killed all momentum.
Yep.
It
They get the
fucking
first
stupid.
blood in the first round,
Yeah.
and they have to reset, and it didn't count.
I'm not
so
saying
does
that was
suck.
going to change anything, but it definitely helped that we had
It
that much
definitely helped.
momentum and got first blood, and then the reason the reset happened is because of CDL's mistake. You
Yep.
know? It's fucking stupid.
Rules wrong.
But-
Abeezy got first blood and then came back to life in the same round.
Yeah, like what are we doing here? But dude,
Yeah.
Optic, we got to stop challenging FaZe on high rise. They're nuts.
I don't understand it, bro.
They trade every kill. They trade every single kill,
Everything.
dude. They see
Everything.
everything. It's insane.
And there's not enough. Like, yeah, you got the underground and you've got the outer, like, little ledge outside of the heli to use, but, like, there's not enough room for finessing to play a straight-up team like FaZe. But Optic get a second chance here in the losers bracket. FaZe move on in the winners bracket. Bringing us to our... anything else to add on the Optic FaZe before we go on?
Nah.
Next is just another Toronto masterclass. This was not close except for the invasion where they were kicking up their feet in the control. Toronto 3-0 the Rocker. They just play so much better as a team. If we look at the map 1 here, bro, they got outslayed and outperformed in the map 1, but lost just because Toronto's just a better team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Minnesota played really good map 1 and still lost. So, and then after that, it was just the ultra show. Even though, you know, the scores were somewhat close, but I never had a doubt.
Yeah, the 3-2 on control and invasion is not. Don't even read it into that very much, just because defense is like you get one wave and you can literally just win defense if you play it correctly. Or on offense, you win the opening break and have a good stack on A or something and you win the map. But yeah, this was really just a Toronto masterclass. I mean, they end up winning the event, obviously, and it's just because they're the best team.
This was the turning point when you knew that they were probably going to win the event, because the interview was Scrap, like, saying, fuck that dog shit ass map. Like, we're just here to win whatever. Like, we don't give a fuck. We're moving on. You could just tell the confidence was there. They were all playing good. Like, it was their tournament to lose at this point.
Yep, exactly. And we go into the next match, which is going to be the losers semifinals. Optic Texas versus Seattle Surge. The Optic looked really good in this series, showing that they're kind of in that area. To me, they win 3-1, dominant in everything but the S&D, and it was close. This is just one of those that shows me that they solidified the third spot.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that they are better than 4 through 12, or 3 through 12 rather. But they're not better than 1 and 2 at the moment. There's really
there's just not there yet.
They're A tier. They're alone in A tier, in my opinion, and then it's just FaZe and Toronto in S.
Yeah.
And so they looked really good this series, though. Dashy with the 1.36. I'm not sure if the Dashy thing is just against top teams or what. He still didn't have that many interactions, right? But he went crazy a couple times here.
Yeah.
But I mean, 3-1. It was really good on the side of Optic.
Pred and Kenny 40 bombs map 1. Kenny dropped 39, but you know, we'll round up.
Call it a 40 bomb.
So yeah, they both went absolutely nuts. It's crazy when you have Dashy and Shotzi not even as the 1 and 2 on your team.
Yeah, that is insane. And I wasn't expecting Subbase to be a great map for Optic, because they hadn't played it at all during the qualifiers. They come out in their match against FaZe the day before, or earlier in the day, and beat them on it map 1, and then shit on Seattle map 1 with it too. So they're definitely going to keep that in the rotation.
Yeah. No, thank God our respawns are really good right now, because I did not want Optic to play Seattle in a map 5 S&D.
No.
Yeah. That could have been bad.
They stomped them on Terminal too,
Yeah.
which is great to see.
Yeah. So shout out.
But yeah. So Seattle Surge get eliminated. They finish top 6. Going to our next top 6 playing for top 4 match for Sunday was the Minnesota Rokkr versus the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Rokkr ended up taking this one 3-2. And
team diff.
All of them were negative.
Yeah, red carpet
and
dub.
Still won.
Red carpet dub.
This is just what we've been saying in the league matches for LAG. They just have no ice, man. They can't close out. They can't take advantage of their numbers, and they can't take advantage when they have the high ground. Like they 3 of them went positive. Diamond Con had a 1.2, and not a single player on the other team went positive, and they lost. That's just not okay. They all had really good damage on the other team, obviously, because if you're going to have negative KDs across the board and win, that means you were team shotting, that means you were trading, that means you were playing effectively, and it shows in their damage. So, I mean, this was a great win from Rokkr. I don't want to take anything away from Rokkr here, but LAG just cannot ice up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're pretty much spot on. I mean, Fame had a good series in the map 1 and map 3, the maps that they actually won. He was dropping 30 bombs and, doing his thing, but they just can't close out. And Rokkr was 0-5 in map 4s and absolutely shit pumped them this time. So they
let it go to that map 5.
They
could have 3-1'd them.
Yeah.
Could have 3-1'd them. But, going into Sunday here, we've got the top 4 solidified. Optic Texas, Atlanta FaZe, Toronto Ultra, Minnesota Rokkr. Rokkr being that team that we didn't expect to be there, taking out the subliners, ultimately them getting DFR'd. Rokkr just got talent diffed this first match against Optic. This is obviously the moment where, obviously they placed top 3 after this win, and you can say, that's where they belong as a team. They trolled the map 3 invasion.
Yeah.
I can't even separate my fingers at all, because if I do this, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much. I have to keep my fingers
you
closed.
couldn't see it. You couldn't visibly see it. Yeah.
The control point was full. If I separate my fingers, that's too much room. It was literally about to be capped, and they got broken and kind of trolled that. It should have been a 3-0. So is what I'm trying to say, and they dominated the other maps. So,
but no,
Optic
talent
just
diff
looking
for
good.
Sure.
Talent
diff. Yeah.
Shout out to Linz though. Linz had a great weekend.
Dude, he's
great
twisted.
He's twisted.
Yeah.
He's got his POV looks very different. He's a great search player. What did he go 14-3 or 13-3 in a search in one of those series that we covered earlier? He was just a difference maker.
He went
for them.
8-5 in this one on search.
Do you think Rokkr make any changes?
No, I don't think you make changes. Rokkr have improved a lot.
I don't think so either.
Since the beginning. You go another split for sure.
But you take the.
I think they hit their ceiling.
I think I heard Ake say this on the flank. You take the control out of this, Wake dropped a point to 6. He has not looked good. This map, this game has not fit his play style, his kill whore play style, where spawns aren't readable.
3 years though.
Yeah, I know,
and it may just be time for Big Wake to go bye.
I think you drop him. If I'm on the Rokkr, seeing what we just did on land, seeing Accuracy hold his own, seeing Vivid play better than he ever has, and then Linz being a great rookie,
Wake is the outlier.
You need more from Big Wake.
Yeah.
He's the obvious outlier. You need more out of him, especially if he's slay heavy, non-objective player. He's not playing it, correctly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't analyze his gameplay that much, but just from his numbers and his impact, I don't think he's a good player right now. And I think he should be dropped.
I don't think Rocker's going to make a change. In the long run, should they? Yes, they should drop Big Wake because this is their ceiling. I mean, they did it. They'll never do better than this.
I don't think so either.
Even if they drop Big Wake, they'll never do better than this. But if they could be more consistent, because I see in their future they could easily have been out Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. They could have been out. Yeah, Friday. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Especially as these mid-pack teams get better. They could get beat by any of them.
Yeah, we're going to see the mid-pack get tighter and tighter in terms of skill gap as the year goes on. But getting us to our winners finals match. It's Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. Toronto just showing that they're here to play, only dropping the control last round. They 3-1 Atlanta FaZe and make them look fucking silly in search.
Yeah. I was shocked by that too. I thought FaZe had Toronto in search.
Cellium having a 1.29 in this series is crazy to me.
Yeah, but you know
Because
him. He just
that's what
sits
I'm
in
saying.
a weird spot and
That's what I'm saying. Like
just does his thing.
how much are you actually doing?
Yeah.
You know, for your team. If you're dropping a 1.29, getting 6-1 in search, and losing by double your points in map 4, like
Yeah.
there's not, it's not a pacing issue. It's just a knowing when to trade
Yeah,
and
and
or
slay
play your
out.
life, because like we see him play his life a lot in situations
Mhm.
where maybe he should go for the trade. That's literally one of his only faults, and it can be a big one at times in these
Yeah.
matches, like against top teams.
Yeah, no, you'll see a lot of the time everyone will have double digits on kills and deaths, and then Celium's like 11 and 7, just chilling
you're
in the
like-
back, and you're like, what are you doing on the map?
It's like MW2 Insight.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. So
But MW2 was way different. You could get away with
Yeah.
that. This is not the same.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like Celium definitely does have head scratcher series though, where you're like, why is your stat line so much different than everyone else's stat line? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know.
Draza was the closest with a 1.0.
Yeah.
It was like let me look at this search, because yeah, it looks like they were just losing clutches because they still had 6-5, 3-1. Draza struggled in the S&D.
Yeah.
But overall they didn't get outslayed terribly, other than the map 4.
Mhm.
And that's where Cellium went 24 and 20. So like
Yeah.
that makes some sense there.
Yeah.
But Toronto booked their ticket to the grand final, and Optic FaZe fall down to the losers bracket to rematch against Optic. Anything to say on the FaZe Toronto?
Nope.
Cool. Going into this, man, this is where I really saw where
The
their
difference-
pacing
Yeah.
could be a little bit better. This was just Shotzi and Kenny getting shit on, really, though. Like they just struggled. They weren't winning any gunfights. Shotzi was just, his 50-50 playstyle just wasn't playing out for him. 10,000 damage is not good.
Yeah.
In 4 maps, 10,000 damage is not good if you're Shotzi. They got shit on in the map 1. It was nice to see. They just can't hold a P5 to save their life on Invasion, except for that first rotation I think they did. But overall, I was really surprised by the 3-1 in Control. That was awesome. Like the 3-1 phase in Control, like it's hard to do.
Yeah.
And so especially on a map like Invasion, that was like one bright spot from Optic, as well as Pred having a 1.11. Pred had a great weekend.
Yeah, big time.
The best event on Optic by far. Kenny had a great weekend leading up to this series. I think this series really tainted his whole tournament performance to say that he had a good event, right? So I think on their team, the MVP of Optic this weekend was definitely Pred. And I think he's been really good for their comms and just their overall vibe. He is screaming. He is small talking.
Yeah.
So I really like Pred for this team. I just think they just got a few wrinkles to iron out to beat these top teams. And I think it starts with getting Dashy a little bit more involved.
Yeah, for sure. And they just, they really got to work on search because they lost a lot of S&Ds this weekend. And, if they want to
S&D wins
be up here,
championships.
then they gotta fix that. But
Yeah.
I thought maybe Optic would steal this series just because they came out and beat Minnesota, so they already had a series under their belt, and FaZe got absolutely shit pumped. But FaZe being FaZe, they just wiped that from their memory, came out and handled business, and
Yeah.
this is the result. So
Yep. And that books Atlanta FaZe's ticket to the grand finals against Toronto Ultra. So we see another rematch here, which just shows that these top 3 are just separated from the other 9 teams, getting these rematches over and over. Looking at Toronto's just the best team in the game right now. There's not much to say. Congrats to them on a crazy weekend, dropping, what was it, 2 maps?
yeah,
1 to FaZe.
they didn't
One
drop.
phase?
They didn't drop a hard point all weekend.
Yeah, coming into this.
They
They had
set the
the
record.
biggest hardpoint win differential in the league, and they kept to that script
And they
for the
set the
entire
record
tournament.
for most hard point wins in a row now in the CDL. 12, I think.
Just looking at how much better.
Like,
They
look
just-
at. Are you on?
Look at the KDs.
Yeah, on map 4.
1.2, 3 positive players on FaZe, 1 negative, 3 negative players on Ultra, 1 positive. Insight with a 1.42.
Look at map 4. Oh wait, no, never mind. It wasn't map 4. I was looking at map 3. I'm tripping.
You looking at map 1?
Yeah, no, I'm looking at map 1 now, but I was saying, like, I thought map 4 was the same where they got outslayed heavily and still won, but I was looking at map 3.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't even, they didn't get outslayed, obviously, but when it comes to the amount of interactions that they were winning, they just had lower KDs across the board and still came out on top. Now, if you average all their KDs out, I'm sure the average KD on Toronto is higher than that of FaZe. But numbers aside, like they're just playing so well as a team, and just looked undeniable this whole entire tournament. So shout out to those boys over on Toronto Ultra. As soon as they won, I turned the stream off because I was watching the football games. Who won MVP?
Kleenex got MVP for the tournament.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's good because I feel like other times they've won, his name is brought up like he should win, but he's not going to, and he doesn't because like Scrap went off one map or something. So, good for him. He finally got the praise he deserves. But, dude, Insight had an insane grand finals. Like, he was by far grand finals MVP. Every game mode, he was going off. He was
29 and 19, 11 and 3 in the search, 19 and 16 in the control, whatever, held his own. They lost 3-1 in that.
Yeah.
Map 4, he goes 20 and 18. Map 5, 6 and 4. So yeah, he was piecing. He definitely had his candidacy for the MVP of the tournament, but obviously it's throughout the entire tournament, right? Yeah. So well deserved from Kleenex. He was frying this weekend. Just overall, Toronto Ultra with just a team diffing everyone the whole entire event.
Did you not see their interview?
No.
Scrap said he's gonna come.
He's gonna come?
Yeah, he
said I saw a clip on Twitter about that, but I didn't watch it.
He said first seed, second seed, third seed, eighth seed. I don't give a fuck. We're all coming. We're gonna come or something like that. And I was like watching Tactical Rab on the Breaking Point couch or something, and they were like, what the fuck?
That's funny. Scrap's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he was on one. He definitely got fined this weekend.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck, mate. But yeah, congrats to Toronto Ultra, man. Any final words on the tournament?
Optic completely did better than I expected them to.
Same.
I was so down bad after the last weekend where they went 0-3 both series, and I was like, dude, we're going to get fucking beat by Miami, and then we're going to have to make a loser's bracket run, and we'll probably lose to, like, Ultra, FaZe, New York, whoever we find first. And, be out top 6 or top 4. So that's where I thought they were going to go, and they ended up having a good weekend. And they
agree.
They took FaZe to map 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's just their S&D, right? And it's just a testament to how much they need to work on in their S&D, because it's not like FaZe is lights out. They got smoked by Toronto, right? So like they can definitely elevate their game, and I hope over. They were slow starters to the game in the first place, right? They were like a couple weeks behind in scrims to start. Then the winter break came around. We saw teams putting in work over the break and doing it as quick as possible. Optic took a longer break than most of the other teams. So I really hope that over this next week or two, however much longer until matches again, that they put in some work.
Yeah.
As a fan, just want to see them try their best. So congrats to Toronto Ultra on a great tournament. And that's going to kind of conclude our CDL weekend overview for the Major 1 at Boston. Drop a comment below who you think's going to win Major 2, or your way too early prediction. Put it in the comments. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to our last segment of the podcast, Pick and Ban.
Wait, real quick. Doug retired.
Oh, we forgot about Doug.
Doug retired, dude.
Common forget about Doug moment.
Fuck. How do you forget about Doug?
Yeah, so Doug tweeted out a YouTube video today of him retiring. Doug
Sensor Martin, for those that don't know.
It was like a 12-minute video, and I watched the first minute and a half before we came on to do the podcast, and
okay. Speak as if you watched the whole thing. Speak like you know shit.
Yeah. So I watched the video.
What's he resigning for?
He's quitting because he wants to put all of his energy into breaking this pull-up world record. He said it means a lot to him.
Okay.
And he said that he's washed and
no way.
He doesn't have it anymore.
No way.
And he probably couldn't beat me in a wager as Yeah, he said, I think I'd lose to Bizani, so I'm going to retire.
What happened, dude? I thought he was going to be a world champion. Did 1010 shit on him too hard?
Yeah, we put him in the dirt. So rest in what?
I think my cord disconnected for a sec, but we're back. We're good.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, we put him in the dirt too much. He said I can't hang against Bizani. That's literally it was like a minute and a half talking about the pull-up record, and then it was 10.5 minutes talking about how he can't beat me. So that's why
this is reviewing VOD from a
retired.
ranked match.
I think we knew this was coming whenever he started saying slurs for that 1 week where he started getting
what the fuck was that?
Days he dropped slurs. First he said the F word, and then he said the N word.
Dude, how the fuck do you let that happen, bro? Okay, listen, I'm going to give Doug the benefit of the doubt and say that he just does not use these terms on the daily.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you let that happen?
I don't know.
Like, not once but twice in the same week.
Yeah, I don't know.
That had to be a publicity stunt. There's no way someone's that dumb.
I don't know, bro. He was just playing ranked, and someone said something with the N-word over the mic, and he just relayed it back to him while streaming.
Yeah, bro. I bet nothing really came of that. Everyone just sees
It's
Doug
like,
as a
whoa!
clown. Yeah, like
And
Doug's
then-
already so corny that they were just like, fuck it, let him rock.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah, Temp gave him the pass.
Thanks for your service, Doug Sensor Martin.
Yeah.
You are an icon to Call of
He
Duty
is.
just for
Love him
different
or hate
reasons.
him. Love him or hate
For
him,
different
you gotta
reasons. He's
respect
iconic.
him. Yep.
This man broke up with one of the top models in the South American region, and she was bad.
I thought it was Mexico. I think she was just in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I thought it was like South American. Yeah, he broke up with a fine model TV girl to play COD and pursue COD. So you can only admire the guy's passion. But enough about Doug Sensor Martin.
Yeah.
Speaking of Doug Sensor Martin, let me just throw a little bit of where's that?
Oh.
I don't. Oh, here it is.
7?
7.
7. Shout out Doug for an iconic meme as well.
Formal's
So many
such a
iconic
dickhead.
memes.
Formal's such a
you, Doug.
dickhead for that.
Yeah, that's amazing. 7.
7.
7. But yeah, thanks for tuning in for the
I was
CDL
just
portion. Let's get
running
to
at
our.
shit, trying to catch timings, bro.
I was just sprinting at shit,
trying to
trying
learn
to catch
timings.
timings. Let's get into our pick and pants.
Okay, let's get it.
Okay.
Do you have yours
I
ready?
gotta
Okay.
No.
I got mine ready. You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Welcome back to our final segment of the show, Pickin' Bands, where we pick something from the recent past, past couple weeks, past month, whatever it may be, real world, esports world, doesn't matter, fake, real, doesn't matter. We pick something that we like and we ban something that we don't. I'll do my pick, Dak his pick, back to the bands. My pick is just Amazon. So I'm going
Mr.
to
Bezos.
Yeah, I'm going to Breckenridge here in a couple weeks just to go ski snowboard, and it's just, you literally just I load up, I look for a ski something, I click order, and
Hell
it's at my door the next day. Like
Hell
it fucking rocks. Imagine growing up in the 1940s where you had to like walk 4 miles to like some button shop and
that was
buy
your
some
day's
shit.
task. Like that was
Yes.
your day. You
I'm gonna
walked
eat
to the button
breakfast.
shop.
I'm gonna walk to the button shop, then I'm gonna come home and it's gonna be bedtime. I don't even have time to eat dinner. Like, there's no dinner. Like, it just took me 18 hours to go do that.
Dude, it's
so yeah,
so fucking funny. I picture anything like pre-1990 to just be the fucking Stone Age. Like people just out there just on foot. Like, yep, I'm going to the store today
Those
to go
memes?
pick up some groceries.
yeah. You know those memes where it's like, when was the ladder created? And it was like 1939. It was like
Yeah.
motherfuckers in 1938. Well, can't fix that shit or something. Just looking up like, I don't know what we can't do nothing about it.
Man,
Like,
we can't reach
what do
it.
you want me to fucking do?
Yeah, that's so. Funny.
Oh, what's your pick?
My pick is upgrading my PC.
Yeah,
I did it. I've got a new graphics card, new CPU, new cooler, and it is
Fire.
life changing, brother. I had no idea what I
Happy
was
for ya.
missing out on, but it was worth all the blood, sweat, and tears because I hopped on COD last night and was getting like 250 frames or more,
Which is nuts.
just flawless gameplay. It was beautiful. Absolutely.
Tell the folks what
beautiful.
you got. What'd you upgrade to?
We got the Ryzen 7 5800X3D CPU. Okay. This is for all the PC geeks out there.
Yeah. I don't know what you're saying right now.
My graphics card is the AMD Radeon 6800 XT.
Okay.
So solid.
And some liquid coolers.
Yeah, I got a liquid cooler from ID Cooling on Amazon. It was like $50, and it had really good reviews. And it said that it compares to all the best liquid coolers. So I bought that one, and it was worth it.
Nice.
It seems
Nope.
really good.
Yeah, we love more frames, baby.
Yes, sir.
But my ban. So going to our bans now. My ban is the NFL script.
Lay it on me. What happened?
I
tired of the
don't want
Chiefs?
Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They were like, no, this is a great storyline. No, they haven't been back to back yet. Let's back to back, and let's get Taylor Swift more viewers. I completely get it, right? It makes total sense.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's fucking
the ratings
rigged.
are gonna be off.
They
the
scripted
charts.
it. I don't want to. If they show, listen, they only showed Taylor like 2 times yesterday, which is fine with me.
But I've seen clips of her on the field after the game like 20
Oh, yeah.
times. So
Yeah, you're right.
although
It's the
they
after
don't,
stuff
yeah, it's
too.
the after shit. It's Bleacher Report and all the stupid sports pages just posting Taylor Swift nonstop, man. It's kind of a shame because like I liked Taylor Swift just like as a person before all
Yeah.
this, and like
Yeah.
didn't mind her at all. And now she's just everywhere when I'm just trying to watch some ball.
I don't hold it against
and
her either.
I
Like, I
resent
don't.
her for it. I don't want to, but I do.
Yeah. See, like
You
I
know?
don't resent her for
And
it.
I resent Travis for it too, bro.
I think I resent Travis.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, and I
Yeah.
don't resent her at all.
Okay, yeah.
And like I saw that clip after the field where they walked up to each other, and he was like, "Oh, I can't believe this. I love you," or whatever, and she was like, "I love you too. I'm happier than I've ever been," or something like
What
that.
the
And then he
fuck?
walked off crying or whatever.
She sensed a camera around.
Speaking of, but Travis Kelce absolutely hooped yesterday.
No, he
that
did.
man was
He did.
balling.
Yeah.
That one throw where he was getting where Patrick Mahomes was getting tackled by
Yes,
Speedy,
bro.
backyard football, and he just
Yeah.
that shit was sick.
Yeah.
That shit was sick.
Was on his game for sure.
All right, what are you mad about?
The same fucking thing that I picked.
I was about to say building a PC.
Building a PC, bro. So my dumbass, I'm on Saturday afternoon, and we watched the Optic Phase series, and then I was like, all right, Blake, I'm gonna go throw in my new CPU and GPU, and then I'll be back. Thinking maybe an hour or so tops. You know, you just
Yeah.
throw some new hardware in it, boot it up, it's good to go. No, fuck no. Was I in over my head? I did it. I opened it up, threw everything in there. Took a while, you know, got the cooler installed. Everything's great. That took hours. The cooler in itself was a fucking journey, trying to screw everything in and like get
can't
that
imagine.
mounted. And after that, I was like, whew, like, damn, I've been at this for 4.5 hours. like, man, it's been a long night. It's time to game. And I just walk over there, plug everything in, no signal at all. And I was like, okay, you know, that's fine. It kind of happened when
rough.
I first built my PC. So I just thought maybe I had to troubleshoot one more thing. Well, this ended up being like a 24-hour issue. And I put in my old GPU, tried that, put in my old CPU, and finally that worked. So I had to take out the CPU that I just put in the old one. You know, I didn't have any more thermal paste, so I'm hoping that the thermal paste that I put on there the first time just covers it and it's fine. But yeah, it was just a lot of switching shit out. I had Asa and Alex on the case with me, trying to send me videos and shit and try to figure it out as well. I've tried so many different things troubleshooting that I feel like I know this PC inside and out now. And
You're a genius.
I can build it without a video 100% because I took out a graphics card 20 different times. And yeah, man, it was a bitch. And I was honestly, there was a point, I almost reached the breaking point. This was this was like 1 a.m. and I started around 5. And so I was just like fucking losing it. I felt like Tony Stark in that cage. I told you this yesterday in the cave. I was like just fucking mad scientist tinkering with shit. There was tools everywhere. Fucking music's blaring. I'm shirtless at some point. Just fucking
in the lab.
just in the lab, just losing my mind trying to get this thing to work.
Let him cook now.
But, I slept on it, woke up the next day and got to work, and here we are, man, back on the new rig.
With frames out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Frames that my monitor can't handle.
That's the yin to the yang of PCs. The build-up was a band, but the pick is the result. So
yeah, it's just funny because my dumbass was like, I'm going to throw in some hardware and boot it right up.
You just replace them and everything's
PC
fine.
gurus probably hear that and just absolutely cringe head to toe.
They're face palming.
Yeah, Alex was like, "What the fuck do you mean? You didn't download your drivers?" I was like, "No."
And he just knows.
Yeah, I just
knows.
figured that I could start my PC. My bad, dude.
Alex, if you're listening, you're a nerd.
but we love you.
Yeah, we love you, kid. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it here for episode 11 of the Next Wave podcast. Hope you enjoyed our recap of the Call of Duty League Major 1. Tune in to our next few episodes here. We're going to be covering the next few matches and weekends of the CDL leading up to Major 2. So stay tuned. We appreciate you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe as always. We'll see you in the next one.